Afternoon and welcome back. Today we are creating a book series. I am your friendly guide on this journey. I am USA Today best-selling author Olivia Gaines. Now, this is a multi-step process, but it's not difficult to do. So I'm going to take you step by step and give you an overall view. Okay. The first thing we want to do, we want to go to canva.com and go ahead and let you get logged in there. Once you're logged in, we're going to go ahead and say that we're going to look for a novel book cover. And just in case, I'm going to take you back to the main screen. We're going to look for a book cover. You got regular book cover, graphic design, vintage, novel. We want a novel book cover. Personally, I like this layout because this is easy to maneuver and manipulate. So we're going to go with this image. When you're creating a book series, the one thing that you have to keep in mind is that you have to have a consistent image and branding, a catchy title sequence, and you have to decide ahead of time the series length, whether it's going to be 3 books, 5 books, 7 books, or 10 books in a series. With the Zelda Diaries, I created a 7-book series, and I used the days of the week. With the Blakemores, I created a 10-book series, and I just had from start to finish 10 books in the series. My Love Thy Neighbor series is going to be a 7-book series. I've already done the first 3, so I've got 4 more coming. And usually you have to also decide how far apart the length is going to be in your releases. With the Blakemores, it was every 6 months. And the same thing with my Technician series, which is also a 10-book series, and I'm releasing those every 6 months. It gives me a chance to take a little bit of a mental break, but it also gives me some continuity. Okay, so now that we have the basic design that we want, I like to get the design in my head first because that way I can go back and figure out what kind of images I want to fall on this. Because see, this is easy to manipulate and to maneuver. Okay, so now let's go look for some images. We're going to go to Unsplash, UNSPLASH.com, unsplash.com. I went ahead and typed in African American woman. What I'm looking for is images of the same lady in possibly the same kind of setting or environment. Her I like because I like the cleanness of this. I don't know if she's in a wheat field or something else. I like this one as well, but the backgrounds are so dark, so you have to do a lot of manipulation in order to make this work out. But you see this image here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 images of this same lady, which are easier to work with. So I chose my 5 images of this. I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think that's number 5. So those are the 5 images that we're going to work with Unsplash. These are royalty-free images that you can use, okay? Next, we need to think about a catchy title. So when I go back to looking at my image here on Canva, secrets. Secrets is what, 7 words, 7 letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It starts with SE. Looks like she's got some secrets. Okay. So then I'm going to go over to Word Hippo. WORD Hippo. And I'm going to look up 7-letter words starting with SE. So you've got seizures. No. Psychosis. I don't even know what that is. Selfism. Selfish. Let's go back 1 or 2. Let's go here. Because I like the idea of the SEC. So I got seclude, seconds, secrets, secrete, sectant, section. Ooh. Sadiddy. We don't want to use that. Okay, so we're going to go back over to our book cover. This computer is uber slow. But I jotted down 7 words that secrets, seasons, seatings, seconds, sections, sectors, and seducers. So, just because I like to play around with words, we've got secrets. I've already uploaded my images, but I want to get the font kind of correct first before I start doing anything else. So let's go over here to text. I like secrets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 secrets of the sevens. 7 secrets of the 7. I like that. That sounds good. So let's do that. And again, I apologize for my system being so slow. I'm asking it to do a little bit too much, I believe, and it's not too happy with me. So I'm waiting on my text to show up. Okay, so now that we've got some options here, we want to look at some lettering that we could possibly use that will work well to give this a little bit of a pop. So I'm going to take this Real Love, and we're going to click that. And what we want to do, we want to go ahead and ungroup it, because these are going to work well in 2 different ways. So we're going to go Real Love, and we're going to change this to of 7. Stretch that out a little bit, like that. And we'll come back and we'll decide later on if we want it to be a different color once we get the artwork in. I accidentally popped in 2 of those, so I'm going to delete that group. And then we're going to take this and bring this here. And we're going to change that to USA Today best-selling author. A little bit there. And right now it's kind of tiny. We're going to make that a little bit bigger. And because we can't really just do half of it, I don't think we can. Let's see if we can just make that USA Today italic. We can. And we'll make all of this bold. And I know you're wondering, like, why are you setting the letters first? Because if you set the letters first, you can easily manipulate the image to be larger or smaller. I like League Spartan. We're going to change that to League Spartan. And then we're going to change this to Olivia Gaines. And let's make that larger. Used to be about 48. Nope. Let's go a little bit larger. That may be too large. Let's see. No, it's not perfect. We're going to draw that over here. Okay. Now we're ready to start inserting our image. I'm going to go to the uploads. And if we're going to start with the secrets of the 7, I want her to look kind of secretive. Okay, we highlight that first to let them know that that's where we're dragging the image. And we drag the image in. Okay. We all have a story we will never tell. Don't you like that? And just that quick and just that simple, we have the book cover. I really wish this was a little bit brighter. There we go. And we'll change that to black. And now we have our first book cover. Okay, now here comes the fun part. We're going to copy this. Okay, so now we have 1, and now we have 2. So we're going to go from Secrets of the Seven to Seasons. Into those seasons. We're in the Seasons of the Seven. And now we're going to select this, and we're going to open it up a little bit. Okay. They all have a story they will never tell. But we're also in, and this is probably something I should have done before. We're going to copy this. I'm going to duplicate it because this is book 1. Book 1 of the Brotherhood of Seers. Sounds good, don't it? Make sure that's bold so we can be seeing book 1 of the Brotherhood of Seers. Bold. Technically, this is book 2. And of course, we need to duplicate this and drag it up to this. Okay. Change that back to book 1. Okay, so we got book 1. We all have a story we will never tell. We've got book 2. They all have a story they will never tell. So let's go and duplicate this, and we're going to make book 3. Book 3 is the Secret Seasons Seconds. Nah, she looked too happy. You used that one already? Yeah, we used that one. Okay. Did we use that one? We used that one. Okay. Did we use that one? Okay, cool. But what we can do with this, we can crop it a little bit more. We can make it bigger. Okay. You saw what I did there? Okay. You crop it, make it bigger so that she has more space that she's taking up. Okay. I don't know, I'm going to just crop it a little bit more, move it a little bit more that way so that all of that whiteness in her dress isn't there. Okay. So we've got book 1, book 2, book 3. And just out of curiosity, let's just make this one letter. I like that. if you're going to do it with one, you have to do it all. That looks all classy. Okay, so let's do, that's book 3. So we all have a story we will never tell. They all have a story they will never tell. I we, them, they. I have a story they will never tell. Okay, I'm intrigued. What's your story, girl? Okay, so now we need to bring in, and again, she's too far back. So we're going to crop this image and we're going to make her much larger. Okay. She's going to be sectors of the 7. There is a story no one should ever tell. So there's book 4, book 3, book 1. So we got the secrets of the 7. I don't think that pops. It doesn't look ominous enough. It needs to look ominous. I like the red. Pardon me. Sorry about that. My apologies. We're going to make all of these red. Okay. So that's book 4. And then the last book, book 5, we're going to go a little bit different. We're going to add a little bit more color. And we need to adjust her again. I want her larger. And I want it to be a little bit different. We're going to change this color to white. And it's bold. But we're also going to change this color from sectors to seducer. Now, as much as I like that, what we're going to do with her in order to make this actually work out a little bit better, we're going to flip her. We're going to flip her horizontal. Okay. That way, she stays center, center, left, right, right. Okay. So we got her as seducers of the 7. So we'll turn this and take that black. We'll make this also black. And this is book 5. And this may have to change color altogether. Isn't that cool? But what we're going to do to make that pop is that we're going to duplicate it. We're going to make that one back white. And then we're going to slowly slide that over so that it has a little bit more of a. And then, of course, we're going to make that D red. It doesn't pop as much as I'd like it to, but it gives you an idea of how to make that work. Okay, so now we have created a book series, and I don't think this last image is working. It really isn't. So let's go back and grab one more, or we can just take this and because you always got the option to use the same image. And delete that. We're going to turn that back white. We're going to make that back red. We're going to make that white again, as well as this, as well as these. So now it stays consistent. Okay, we're okay with that. We're okay with that. We're okay with that. Book 1, Book 2, Book 3, Book 4, and Book 5 of the Brotherhood of the Seers. And now you have created a book series. If you have questions, comments, or want to know a little bit more in detail, just hit me up in the comments section and we will go from there. So today you have learned how to create a book series using canva.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.